yours, Judge?
Yes, Judge.
Judge. Did I miss anyone that is elected? Yeah, here.
Okay, my wife said I could have 30 minutes to speak,
No.
so more like 30 seconds. More like 30 seconds. No, I just want to implore everybody that hasn't voted to go out to vote.
That's right.
Tuesday. Yeah, if you have family, friends, neighbors that you know, please get them out to vote. It's very important. The county is blue. We need to turn it bluer so that it can help not only local candidates, but also statewide candidates. And then these people that are so excited that have come out to vote, we need to remind them to come out in November again.
And tell some friends.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I'm handed a sheet here for other electeds that are here.
Do you think I could put my phone here?
Judge Jennifer Bennett is here. Regina Montoya, Chairman of Malden. Gail, Judge. I can't read. Oh, Carl gets it. David Espinosa, School Board for Grand Prairie, ISD. Carol Donovan. And I already mentioned Judge Rob Kanya. Okay, we're going to get started with the first one so we can get through this. We've got several people running that are up here on the dais. First of all, we're going to start with Donna Schmidt. Donna is much like Mothers Against Drunk Driving was created to reduce drunk driving, Moms Demanding Action for Gun Sense in America was created to demand action from legislators, state and federal companies, and educational institutions to establish common sense gun control. Donna.
Thank you so much for inviting me today. I'm here as the leader of the Dallas chapter of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. I know that's a long title. Let's just cut it short to Moms Demand Action, okay? So, Moms Demand Action is a grassroots organization of volunteers all across America. We're now more than 4 million members nationwide. And I just want to tell you quickly how we got started. I hope you have already heard about us, but in case you haven't, our founder, Shannon Watts, started our organization the day after the Sandy Hook shooting in 2012. All she did, she was looking for an organization like Moms Against Drunk Driving, and she could that would address gun violence, and she couldn't find it, so she decided to just put up a Facebook page. And since 2012, we now have a chapter in every state. In Texas, we have, I think it's exploding, so I think we're now at 18 groups in Texas. You would never guess that, but we're out there on the ground, the boots on the ground, doing the work. So we are a grassroots organization of volunteers. None of us folks in red shirts are paid. Some people might think that, but we're not. We're nonpartisan. We're all about common sense gun reforms, and our priority legislation would be universal background checks on all purchases. As of last week, there was a new poll that said 97% of Americans support universal background checks. This is a no-brainer that all Americans, Democrats, Republicans, Independents support, and this is our priority legislation because we have the evidence that it works. We are an evidence-based organization. We do respect the Second Amendment and responsible gun ownership. Many of our members and leaders are gun owners, as well as non-gun owners. As I said, we have 18 groups in Texas. Mayor Bloomberg in 2014 infused $50 million to create our umbrella organization, Everytown. That is our research arm, our legal teams that comb through state legislation to tell us what crazy town bills are in there and do all the work for us. Everything you want to know about gun-related topics are at everytown.org. If you want to go there. We are very proud of our program called Be Smart for Kids. That is an educational program for parents that are gun owners about safe storage in the home and vehicles. It's been presented to pediatricians, police organizations, PTAs. We are now in Dallas going to Head Start centers to talk to parents there about safe storage in the home. Very proud of that. And in our legislative work in Texas, in 2017, we had 250 representatives from our group statewide that talked to every single lawmaker that day. Okay? We feel like we were instrumental in preventing and stopping and defeating permitless carry in Texas, as well as another bill we call Guns Everywhere. It went nowhere. Okay, so we felt like we were instrumental in that. Nationally, we have defeated, and you know, people don't realize that this is going on. But we're seeing good things are happening, and after horrible weeks like last week, you need to know that we have already defeated 17 out of 18 guns in K-12 school bills nationally, 14 out of 16 college campus carry bills nationally, 20 out of 22 permitless carry bills nationally. So we are the boots on the ground doing the work, and we're being successful. We want you to join us because you might have noticed, I hope you're on Twitter and Facebook and all that, our organization and probably all gun violence prevention organizations are absolutely exploding. Yes, last Thursday in St. Louis, they've been averaging membership meetings of 100 every month. Last Thursday, they had over 1,000 people at their meeting. In Raleigh, North Carolina, there were 500 people showed up. Here in Dallas, we had 120, but in our new group in Plano, we had 330 people show up. So we want you to join us. The easiest way to do this is to grab your phone, text the word READY to the number. Are you ready? Ready? Okay, you're ready to text. 64433 is the number. And you want to text the word READY. That will put you into our database, and you'll get information about events going on around here and nationally. You'll be getting texts that will send you to representatives about legislation that may be coming up. If you want to email me, my address is dallasmomsdemand@gmail.com. And really quickly, our campaign going forward on elections is throw them out to hold our representatives accountable if they get any contributions from the NRA. And I want to very quickly hand this over to our legislative lead, Roz Katz, who just walked in. We are working very closely locally with Judge Kines right here. Gun surrender program for domestic abusers. And Roz is on fire. We have been making great progress talking to local folks, and she's got something very specific that you can do.
I just got to meet Judge Bennett outside, and so I apologize for not being here sooner. Our work is right now to get signatures on these letters of support for the gun surrender program. We are hoping to take...
Hold it closer to your mouth.
We're hoping to take...
That close?
Yes. Good morning. We are working on the gun surrender program. And so to me, this is the low-hanging fruit of this whole overly complex issue about gun violence in our community. One of the ways to measure, to me, a community is how do we care for the most vulnerable among us, and those are the children. And children are dramatically impacted by domestic violence, particularly when you have guns present in the home. Women are 5 times more likely to be killed when there is a gun present. That's what an abuser will turn to. And so the goal is to get rid of those guns. We have a gun surrender program right here in Dallas County, thanks to Judge Kindness. And let's make this law work. Let's take advantage of the mechanism that we have to get rid of the guns. And I would love to pass around letters of support and have you sign those. We hope to take those to the county commissioners for their support on this program. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Mothers Demand Action, remember that. Next we have George Ronquel. George is the Executive Vice President of Alliance AFT, the largest teachers union serving DISD. John.
My name is George Ronquel. I'm with Alliance AFT, and let's just address the elephant in the room. Do teachers want guns? No. The answer is no. I want to keep it clean. The answer is no. Teachers do not want guns in the classrooms. We already have a lot to deal with. We have had a lot of incidents that have taken place, and when they decided to call out the teachers on this, we want to find out what they're doing about what happened in Las Vegas, what happened in Orlando. What are they doing with that? Are they asking them to carry guns as well? I didn't hear that. We cannot have teachers carrying guns. It is too dangerous. Our position is if they want to do something, they can fund counselors, they can fund education, they can fund social workers to help what's going on. We cannot continue to have this. Teachers are taking bullets for the students. We don't need to have teachers to have guns or be policemen in the campuses. We need to make sure that you stand behind the teachers as well on this. The district, Dallas ISD, is taking proactive steps in preventing things to happen. Drills are taking place in the campuses. This last week, the district implemented a new program, which I think is very, very good. And I think what's going to happen with that is that we're going to have more people involved in what's going on and seeing and helping in stopping what all of these gun shootings that are taking place. The district has started this program. See something, say something, do something. This program was implemented this week at one of the forums, and there was a lot of students there. We need the students to speak out. If they see something wrong at the campus, we need to have those students say something to administration or their teachers. We need more people to start talking about what's going on. If you see somebody in the bathroom doing something wrong, we need students to tell their administrators, their teachers, so we can stop this. I think it's a proactive step for the district to do this because it puts more eyes on what is going on out there. We cannot continue to have this happen at their schools. I don't know if you were aware of this or not, but we had an incident yesterday at one of the schools here in Dallas. But again, luckily we diverted the situation and we were successful. But we do not need guns in teachers' hands. Please support the teachers. When folks talk about this, we need to support our teachers to make sure that we don't keep pushing teachers to be cops. That's not what they signed up for. Thank you.
Any questions? We got one here and one there.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Rangel, for all that you do with AFT and for the teachers. My question to you is, have you already talked to the Dallas Independent School District Administration, and how do they feel about this?
You want to restate the question?
Yes. Go ahead. Thank you. Bueno, hello? No. We're having mic problems. Go ahead.
All right. The question was, have we met with the district to talk about this issue? We have had discussions with the district and the superintendent at the last board meeting, I believe it was,
was very adamantly about stating that we are not going to arm teachers in the DISD. I think that's great, you know. So yes, we are taking steps to do that. We have also had classes, shooter classes with teachers. In case this happens, we want to make sure that teachers at least know how to protect their students. We had an officer from the city of Dallas that came and made a presentation and showed techniques on how they can protect their students.
And with regards to your program, how are y'all going to implement that at the school district when students feel loyalty to each other and they don't want to be considered snitches? What is the protocol for that?
Just want to make sure this is clear. It's a Dallas Independent School Program, and Thursday, I believe it was, days are running now, but the district had breakout sessions with the students to come up with solutions for exactly that. What do? You have a buddy? Do you talk? Do you snitch on him? Well, if they're gonna put people in danger, you have to make that decision. So the discussions were real. So I'm hoping that the district continues to do this with the students and come up with solutions to solve some of these problems.
Great. Thank you.
Did you have a question?
Okay. So one exam around is here, a retired school teacher, and a couple of things. You're right. We teachers didn't sign up for that. And I appreciate your stance in protecting us because that is not our role. And the legislators are trying to dump that on us, and we already have plenty on our plate. And so they need to take care of their business and protect the education community and let us do our business of educating children. Second thing, on that shirt, I would love to be able for other school districts, I couldn't see it well enough, does it have Dallas ISD? Because I want that to go public.
Yes, it does.
Okay, all righty. But you know what, that's a start. Do you have any of those today?
No, this is a program that the district started this week.
Oh, okay.
So yes, these were given out to all the students that participated, and roughly there were about 200 students there that received one of these, and the district is passing this out.
Okay. I work with organizations with the youth in the schools, at the high schools in Irving, and I would love for us to be able to have something like that. So maybe we can talk later and I'll get more information.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have one more question. Go ahead.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Buenos días, hermanos y hermanas. My name is Lico Reyes. I am a graduate of the FBI Citizens Academy. And let me tell you what I see in Washington. I ran for Congress in 2004, and I got 1,100 more votes than Martin Frost did in his district, okay? The main issues are the President of the United States has decided to back the gun. He is asking teachers to carry weapons. That is selling more weapons. It's not the solution. The solution is not to train teachers to use the gun properly. That is a very, very difficult thing to do. They can make a mistake and they can shoot somebody, okay? Teachers were not trained to shoot guns. They were trained to teach. So we need to get a hold of your congressmen, your senators, and tell them that this is not the way to go. It's improper.
Thank you. All right, next up we have Philip Kingston. Philip has been a Dallas City Council member for how long?
Like 4.5 years.
4.5 years, and he's with us today.
Thank you so much, Delia. Estoy muy orgulloso estar aquí con ustedes hoy. Es muy especial estar amigos de los García, nuestros amigos I'm happy to be here with you today. I'm going to do a couple of things here today. I'm going to give you kind of a break from the current election, but not totally, because I just wanted to follow up on a couple of things that our previous speakers have said. Gun violence is one of a basket of criminal justice reform issues that I believe is going to be one of the 2 or 3 most important issues in November. These are issues that our candidates are better on than the Republicans. And we have a couple of leaders here in the room today. Rob Conyers was the first judge I ever heard of who took guns out of the hands of abusers. You may have seen in the paper in the last week, Jennifer Bennett, judge in the 265th court, did the same thing. Both of those judges, whom I've known for several years and known to be very fine jurists, have opponents in the primary. If for some reason you haven't been out to vote yet, on Tuesday I want you to go vote for Rob and for Jennifer, please.
Yes.
Okay, what I'm going to talk to you about today is the challenges facing Dallas, the reason you should feel very hopeful about it, and what LULAC can do to help. LULAC is a very important organization, as you all know. This last year, my friend Greg Kassar in Austin called me and said, this SB4 is going to ruin our police departments and frighten our citizens and destroy families, and we need Dallas's help to join this lawsuit. And so I went to my colleagues, and I'm very proud to say that they unanimously voted to join the lawsuit with Austin to fight SB4. Who prepped the first lawsuit? It was LULAC. MALDEF came in also, but LULAC and the town of El Cenizo started this process, and you all should feel very proud about that. So, City of Dallas, 9th largest, growing fast, economy. We don't have GDP numbers for Dallas because they're very hard to track, but we do track sales tax and property taxes. As you all know, your property taxes are through the roof. Our sales taxes are through the roof. That's an indication that the economy of Dallas is doing very well. I just got the economic development numbers for my district. I represent the central part of Dallas. I have the smallest district in Dallas because it's the densest. So, you know, we balance those districts by population. My district probably has over 100,000 people in it, but it only covers 3% of the area of Dallas. The real estate in my district is 26% of the total taxable value of Dallas. Great, right? We have the highest rate of new business formation. The jobs in my district account for over 1/4 of all jobs in the city of Dallas. Great, right? Wonderful. No, terrible. What about the other 97% of Dallas?
That's right.
Dallas is the city of cities in the United States with more than 1 million population. Dallas has the lowest average wages. Of any major American city, Dallas has the lowest average wages. Would you have believed that before I told you that today?
No.
Does Dallas have gleaming towers and big Calatrava bridges?
Yeah, they don't matter.
We got some problems here in this town. We got my district, 3% of the town, accounting for 26% of the real estate wealth. We have the lowest average wages in the United States. We got to do something about this.
Yes, we do.
How did we get this way? Basically, historically, as many of you know these stories better than I do because many of you have been marching about this since the 70s. The town redlined all minorities in certain areas. That was bad, and they did it legally. That was a legal structure where they kept minorities away from white people. Also, they kept resources away from the minority communities. This got changed over time with the civil rights movement, with the reform of federal housing dollars, so that Dallas slowly began to integrate during the 70s and 80s. During the 90s and 2000s, the power structure in this town basically incentivized white developers to invest in the north part of town, $3 million for a Costco on Coit Road. That's your tax dollars. You better shop at that Costco because you got to get that tax money back out of there. And the city put all of its housing dollars in the south, concentrating poverty in areas that were already poor. We resegregated Dallas. HUD found that Dallas was, on some measures, the most segregated city in the United States as short as 2 years ago. That's not okay. That's using those economic development dollars that we spent. Those are either tax abatements, or in some cases, those are actual tax subsidies that come out of your water bill. The Chapter 380 program is funded in large measure by your water bill. Last year, your water bill subsidized the rent of Saatchi & Saatchi, which is the advertising firm that serves Toyota. It's the richest creative firm in the world. They went into a building in my district called McKinney and Olive, a building that has been so successful that they canceled the grand opening because they were already leased up. And your tax dollars went to subsidize their rent. It's not okay. So what are we going to do about this? There are reasons to feel hopeful in Dallas right now. On the educational front, the district has started its Schools of Choice program, and under a guy named Mike Kaprowski, who you'll hear about again in a second, they have started a program of trying to integrate the schools economically, because this research shows that when kids of limited means learn with kids of the middle class, they all do better together. These segregated schools don't serve either group. Highland Park is really not doing its students that many favors. Really, really poor schools need more middle-class kids to go to those schools. We need to be comfortable with mixed incomes. Mirror image problem. Housing, we're segregated. People in neighborhoods like to live with people like them. And we've made our zoning laws such that it's very easy to only see people who look just like you and who earn exactly the same amount of money. In fact, the lending regime in the United States is such that only people of narrow income bandwidths can live in the same areas together, because all the real estate costs the same and the banks lend exactly the same. So, Opportunity Dallas, a new nonprofit, issued some recommendations to the city to try to end segregation in housing in Dallas. That effort was led by Mike Kaprowski. Unfortunately for us, Mike just got poached by a national housing advocacy nonprofit, and he won't be around to solve all of our problems anymore.